In a world where fear controlled millions and survival was never guaranteed, one young girl changed history without ever intending to become a hero. Katniss Everdeen was not born into power, wealth, or privilege. She was simply a teenager struggling to keep her family alive in one of the poorest districts of a brutal nation. In this video, we're exploring Katniss Everdeen, volunteer who sparked a revolution. Growing up in poverty. Katniss Everdeen's story begins in District 12, one of the poorest regions of the nation of Panem. District 12 was known for coal mining, dangerous working conditions, and widespread poverty. Families often struggled to find enough food to survive. While citizens in the capital enjoyed luxury and entertainment, people in District 12 lived under constant hardship. Katniss experienced this reality from an early age. Her family had little money, and daily life was a struggle. Hunger was not an occasional inconvenience, it was a constant presence. Every meal mattered. Every resource was precious. Children grew up understanding that survival depended on hard work and sacrifice. The situation became even worse after her father died in a mining accident. His death devastated the family emotionally and financially. Katniss's mother fell into severe depression and became unable to care for the household. Suddenly, a young girl was forced to shoulder responsibilities far beyond her age. Instead of enjoying a normal childhood, Katniss learned difficult lessons about survival. She understood that no one was coming to rescue her family. If they were going to survive, she would have to find a way. This harsh environment shaped her personality. She became practical, independent, cautious, and resilient. The poverty of District 12 was not just background information, it was the foundation of her character. Every decision she later made was influenced by the hardships she endured. Supporting her family. After losing her father, Katniss became the primary provider for her family. This responsibility would have overwhelmed many adults, yet she accepted it because she had no choice. Her younger sister, Primrose, depended on her. Her mother was emotionally broken. The burden of survival fell squarely on Katniss's shoulders. She taught herself how to hunt beyond the district fence, despite the risks involved. Carrying a bow and arrows, she entered the woods to find food. Hunting was illegal, but starvation was a greater threat than punishment. Every successful hunt meant another day her family could eat. Katniss became highly skilled. She learned to track animals, move silently, and use her resources wisely. The forest became both her workplace and sanctuary. It was one of the few places where she felt truly free from the oppressive control of the capital. This period of her life demonstrated that true heroism often begins long before famous moments. Long before she entered the Hunger Games, Katniss was already making sacrifices every day. Her willingness to risk herself for those she loved would eventually lead to the decision that changed history. Volunteering to save her sister. The moment that transformed Katniss from an ordinary girl into a legendary figure occurred during the annual Reaping. Every year, children from each district were selected to participate in the deadly Hunger Games, a televised competition where only one tribute could survive. When Primrose Everdeen's name was chosen, Katniss experienced every older sibling's nightmare. Prim was gentle, kind, and completely unprepared for the horrors awaiting her. Katniss immediately understood what participation would mean. Without hesitation, she shouted the words that would echo throughout Panem. This act shocked everyone. Volunteers were extremely rare in District 12. Most people feared the games too much to willingly take another person's place. Yet Katniss never paused to consider the consequences. Her love for Prim outweighed her fear of death. That single moment defined her character. It revealed extraordinary courage, but it also revealed something deeper. Katniss was willing to sacrifice herself for someone she loved. She valued another person's life above her own safety. The Capitol viewed the event as dramatic television. The districts saw something different. They saw genuine bravery. For many citizens, this was the first glimpse of a young woman capable of inspiring others, becoming a symbol of rebellion. Inside the Hunger Games arena, Katniss faced impossible challenges. She fought against deadly competitors, dangerous environments, and the Capitol's manipulation. Yet what made her remarkable was not her combat ability alone. It was her refusal to abandon her humanity. Her alliance with Rue demonstrated compassion in a competition designed to destroy compassion. When Rue died, Katniss honored her with flowers and respect. This simple act challenged the Capitol's narrative and touched viewers throughout Panem. Later, Katniss and Peeta Mellark threatened to consume poisonous berries rather than kill each other. Faced with the possibility of having no winner, the Capitol was forced to allow both tributes to survive. The berry incident became a turning point. It was more than an act of survival, it was an act of defiance. Katniss had publicly challenged the authority of the Capitol and won. People across the districts began to see her differently. She was no longer just a Hunger Games victor. She became a symbol of resistance. Her actions suggested that the Capitol's power was not absolute. The Mockingjay symbol soon became associated with her image. What started as individual acts of courage evolved into a larger movement. Citizens who had endured oppression for years suddenly had someone to believe in, helping overthrow a dictatorship. As unrest spread across Panem, Katniss found herself at the center of a growing revolution. The Capitol, led by President Snow, attempted to suppress resistance through fear and violence. However, fear was losing its effectiveness. Districts began organizing uprisings. Citizens who had long accepted oppression started fighting back. The image of Katniss as the Mockingjay became a rallying point for people seeking freedom. The rebellion demanded enormous sacrifices. Countless lives were lost. Entire communities suffered devastating consequences. Katniss herself endured physical injuries, emotional trauma, and personal loss throughout the conflict. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching.